guys, so I am here today to do my UnderHyped Readathon TBR. This is the third official UnderHyped Readathon that is being run by Charlotte over at Ramblings of an Elf Pirate, and I will link her channel and the introduction to this Readathon video down below so you can take part if you'd like. But the Readathon starts tomorrow, the 21st of September, and runs till the 27th of September. And the aim is in the title really. The aim of this Readathon is to spend a week reading books that you feel are underhyped. Now there's various ways you can narrow down what you think is underhyped. In the past, when I've done this Readathon, I have picked books that had like under 1,000 ratings on Goodreads or under 5,000 ratings on Goodreads, and I've seen people take other routes into the Readathon as well, and if you go to the Goodreads group you can kind of see what people are choosing as underhyped books. This year, however, I have decided to choose my books based on the fact that I have never heard them mentioned on BookTube before. So I checked, and some of these books have thousands and thousands of ratings on Goodreads. One of them that I checked had about 21,000 ratings on Goodreads. I think that's the one that's the most popular on Goodreads because it is a famous book. It is a piece of medieval literature that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. But I've never heard it mentioned on BookTube, and all of the books I have here are books I picked up entirely outside of BookTube. I did not find recommendations for them on the internet. That is not where I heard about them, whether it be on YouTube or on blogs or on Goodreads. I found them myself either in bookshops or through family or friends, and although they may have been talked about on BookTube, I've just never seen it, so I thought it would be fun to read some books that I have taken an interest to but not through BookTube, because I guess that is where our hype is. Our hype is on BookTube just now. I probably won't read all of these because I picked some quite hefty books, but I thought I would share with you the ones that are particularly high up on my TBR at the moment. Now the first one is the one I mentioned that has thousands of ratings on Goodreads, and that is the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. Now I have been meaning to read this book for like 2 years now. I've mentioned it on my channel a couple of times. It is a hefty piece of medieval literature, about 600 odd pages, although it's quite small text, so some editions are longer than that. And it's set during the 1300s, during the plague in Florence, when a group of rich people go to stay in a house outside of the centre of Florence and tell each other stories essentially, and most of them are just quite like silly, funny, satirical. A lot of them are kind of dirty, some of them are quite like crude, and yeah, it's just a really famous piece of literature, but I have never ever seen another booktuber review or discuss it on their channel. That is not to say that they haven't, it's just certainly not received any hype on BookTube, and I didn't pick it up because of BookTube at all, so I've decided to read this one. Next one, I haven't seen this mentioned at all on BookTube and or other places on the internet. It's a book that my dad picked up and read, and I have just been intrigued to read since he picked it up, and this is Cassandra. This is translated by Krista Wolf from the original German. It was written in and originally published in 2013 in the English by Daunt Books, and it's a retelling of the ancient Greek myth of Cassandra the seer. So I think this sounds like a lot of fun, and then maybe we can get this to spread the internet a wee bit as well. Next up is a teeny tiny baby, which won't be hard to read at all, and it is Catullus's I Hate and I Love. I've read some Catullus before. He is a Latin poet, and I actually have a video on ancient poetry coming up which I mention him in, so look out for that in the next few days. But again, this is obviously not underhyped in general. Everybody I know at university has read Catullus, but I don't see him talked about on BookTube, so I decided to read this little one, and I thought it would be a really easy one to sneak in during a readathon. Next I am interested in, that I haven't seen people talking about, is The Vegetarian by Han Kang, translated from the Korean by Deborah Smith, and this is another translated novel, and this is about a young woman in North Korea who decides to become a vegetarian and then becomes the like kind of centre of attention for a young man's documentary, and it's not actually very long. It is fiction, and it just sounds really interesting and like a strange relationship, and I'm excited to see what this one's all about, because I just picked this one up on a whim when I was out with Nicola. And those are all of the books that I plan on reading in the UnderHyped Readathon TBR. If you are looking for some books which you consider underhyped because they don't have a lot of ratings on Goodreads, I did last year do a video on some of my favourite underhyped books, of which I think had like under 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, something like that. I'll link that video down below so you can go and check it out if you're looking for some material to read. And please do let me know what you're planning on reading during this readathon if you're taking part, and if you've read any of the books I mentioned in this, let me know what you think of them. And until next time guys, happy reading. I'll see you all again soon. Bye!